Hi guys, today we're gonna talk about C constant. As the word constant, it means fixed values. So even in C, constants are fixed values that a program may not alter during its execution. So these fixed values are called as literals. Constants can be of any of the basic data type. Like basic data types are integer, float, character, etc. So even a constant can be of any basic data type like integer constant, floating constant, character constant, or a string literal. So here constant are just treated like regular variables except that their values cannot be modified after their definition. So here let's see the syntax of a constant. So here your keyword will be const and then your data type and then space your variable name, or another way you can use a constant is constant data type star a variable name. So let's take an example const keyword, and then I'm going to define pi. So pi, as you all know, it is a double, so my data type would be double. Pi is equal to 3.14. so here pi and pi is your constant. Here what it means that pi and 3.14 is the same for this program. So some of the types of C constants are integer constant, real or floating point constant, character constant, string constant, or backslash character constant. There are 5 types. So now let's go to the integer constants. So here integer constants are nothing but they are numeric constants, that is without any fractional or exponential form. So an integer literal can be a decimal, it can be octal or hexadecimal constant. How do you guys know how to find an octal or hexadecimal or a decimal constant? So when there is 0x before any number, then it is hexadecimal. When there is only 0 followed by number, then it is octal. When there is nothing, just a number like 3.7 or 4.2, it is decimal. So one more thing is an integer literal can also have a suffix that can be u and l. That u and l is used for unsigned and long. So conclusion is there are 3 types of integer constants, that is decimal constants, octal constant, hexadecimal constant. So decimal constant you know how to find with just a number. Octal, it will be prefixed by 0. Hexadecimal, it will be prefixed by 0x. So here let's see, I made a brief note on integer constants. So here integer constant must have at least 1 digit. It must not have a decimal point. So it can either be positive or negative. No commas or blanks are allowed within an integer constant. Suppose there is no plus or minus sign following a number, by default it is taken as positive. So the range of integer constant is minus 32,768 to 32,767. So next let's see the examples for integer constants. Here following is an example of integer constant. Here 85. You can see it is a decimal. 0213. So followed by 0 it means octal. Followed by 0x is hexadecimal. Int is 30. 30u means unsigned int. U can be either uppercase or lowercase. 30l, it is for long. Here also L can be uppercase or lowercase. 30ul, it is unsigned long. So next we are going to talk about floating point constant. Here floating point constant is a numeric constant that has either a fractional form or an exponential form. So a floating point literal has an integer part, a decimal part, a fractional part, and an exponent part. So here you can represent a floating point literal either in decimal form or an exponential form. So while representing this decimal form, you must include decimal point, the exponent, or both. And while representing an exponential form, you must include the integer part, the fractional part, or even both. So the signed exponent is introduced by uppercase E or lowercase e. So here is a small brief note on floating point constant. It must have a decimal point. It can be either positive or negative. So if no sign is preceded by an integer constant, it is to be assumed to be positive. And no commas or blanks are allowed within a constant. Some of the example here you can see 2.0, 0.0000234, minus 0.22e minus 5. So here e minus 5 is 10 to the power of minus 5. So here next we're going to talk about characters and string constants. Character constant is nothing but a single alphabet or a digit or a special symbol which is enclosed within a single quote, and its maximum length of a character constant is 1. String constants are enclosed within the double quotes. A character literal can be a plain character, an escape sequence, or a universal character. So there are certain characters in C that represent special meaning when preceded by a backslash. Example, \n is a new line, or \t is a tab. So here's a list of escape sequence with the meaning to it. So if you can see \a it is alert, \b it is backspace, \f form feed, n new line, \r carriage return, \t horizontal tab. So every of this escape sequence has a particular meaning behind it. So let's see an example for escape sequence here. Open your code block, just a simple program. In this hello world only we'll try to I'll show an example for using escape sequence. See here you have hello space world. So if you don't have a space, you can just use \t, which is the backspace. And here we have only one new line. \n is for creating one new line. I can create n number of new lines. I'm creating one more new line. So now save it, build it, and run it. See here I'm getting hello space world and 2 new lines. So next we're going to see about string constants. String literals or constants are enclosed in double quotes. A string contains characters that are similar to character literals, like plain characters or escape sequences and universal characters. So you can break a long line into multiple lines using string literals and separating them using white spaces. So here's a brief note on string constants. Here string constants are which are enclosed in pair of double quotes. Some of the examples are good, which is a string constant. A null string constant is nothing but nothing which is there between the double quotes. String constant of 6 white spaces means between the double quotes you have 6 byte spaces. Double quote X is known as a single character. Earth is round \n means it prints the string earth is round with a new line. So here we are seeing how to use constants in a C program. So we can define constants in C program in the following ways. One of the way is by defining const keyword, or by the second is by #define preprocessor directive. So here we are going to see an example for #define preprocessor. So before we type a program, see the syntax. Syntax for syntax would be #define your identifier and then identifier's value. This will be your syntax. So let's type a program. Here after /include stdio.h and lib.h, you're gonna do #define length 10, width 5, new line will be \n. Int main, int area, and then area is equal to length into width. Printf value of area is mod d, and then area. Printf. So here character is mod c. So mod c comma new line. Return 0. Save it, build it and run it. Here my length spelling is wrong, so I'm just correcting it. Now again save it, build it and run it. So here you got 50. Here you're getting n because my \n is wrong. I should be using \, I'm using front. This is wrong. See, this is the right one. Now save it and build it and run it. You'll get the C50 with the new line. So here we are going to type another program for as define. We're going to just print out values. So here void main, and then you're just gonna print all which you've defined. Printf your first define, that is height, value of height mod d, backslash n, and comma height. Just copy it and replace it with the other values which you want to get. So first, next we're gonna get the value of number. Your number is in decimal, so we're gonna mod f, floating point value. So here you want number. Next we're gonna you want the value of letter. Letter is a character, so mod c. Next you have string, so mod s, str. Next you have backslash, which is a character, so mod c. Close your open bracket, save it, build it and run it. See here, you've got the value of height as 100, the value of number is 3.14, value of letter is a, value of string is abc, value of backslash is question mark. So next we are gonna see about how we are gonna do the same program with using const as your keyword. So I'll just modify the same program with const. So here remove the defined part. Here you need to define and declare constant int height is equal to 100. Just save it, build it and run it. So you'll be getting the same value here as in the previous where you use #define. This is how your program must look. This is the integer constant, real constant, character constant, string constant, special character. Just open your previous file where you had used #define for getting the value of area. Now just delete the define part. After int you need to character is new line is a character, so you're defining. So characters are always in single quotes. \n. Save it, build it and run it. So you've got the output here. So this is the conclusion, the different constant types and its data type with an example. Integer constants 53, 762 int, that is one more is unsigned int, which is preceded suffixed by u or l. Because it's unsigned, it's u. Long int, long int. And the constant type for real or floating point, data type is float and double. Constant type octal constant, the data type will be int. Example will be, it will be prefixed by 0. When the constant type is hexadecimal, it is data type is int and it's preceded by 0x. When the constant type is character constants, its data type is character, which is a single character which is given in a single quote. If it is a string constant, data type is character. Example is a string given in double quotes or any word which is given in double quotes. So that's all. I hope you all have liked it. Please like and subscribe. If you all want any other language, comment below. Otherwise, send me a message. I'll start doing videos on that. Bye.